India with Bags and Lifestyle. Thank you so much for watching this video. Welcome back. Let's get into it because I'm happy that you are here. So, as you can see from the title, we're going to be talking about the reasons why I personally do not feel a Chanel classic flap is for me. So let's go ahead and get into those reasons. First up is going to be, now I actually purchased this Karl Lagerfeld Agnes bag, which is beautiful, sparkly, gorgeous. I absolutely enjoy using it. I also featured it in one of my videos where I talked about most complimented, least expensive items that I have. This one made the list. I get compliments on this bag all the time. So my reason for purchasing this bag was because I was thinking about maybe a classic flap in a jersey or a tweed material. More so probably the jersey material I thought might be an option for me because Chanel leather classic flaps are ridiculously expensive. They are $7,000-$8,000, and for the minis, I think they're going for somewhere about $4,000 or $5,000, which is extremely expensive. So I thought, I've been long wanting a Chanel classic flap. How can I fit this into a budget that I'm comfortable with? And one was going the vintage route. The other one was thinking about an alternative fabric and cue in this bag here. So I thought using this was less than $200 for me. Actually, it was $100. So using this, I figured it has the same structure. It's a Karl Lagerfeld. So, you know, he actually was the creative director for Chanel. So, you know, I just figured, you know, win-win here. Let's figure this out. Let's see if this is going to work. Okay, so first off is going to be the price. Let me just start there. Even on the vintage side, the price point for a Chanel classic flap is just really, really expensive. And if you want a new one, it's even more expensive. And so that's the first reason. Let's just get the easiest one out the way. So there you go. There you have it. There's that reason. Throw that out the window and let's get on to our other reasons why, building on top of that, it's not for me. And shout out to I Am Bag Happy because I actually saw her video and she had, I believe, did the same topic, and so it inspired me to do the same thing. All right, next up is going to be the pocket on the back. So the pocket on the back of the Karl Lagerfeld, as you can see, is the length of the bag, which is very helpful and it's not stiff. However, on the Chanel classic flap, it has what we call a Mona Lisa, is what you'll hear a lot of people describe it as, a Mona Lisa pocket. So it'll kind of do this little smile. It'll be really small. It's a very small pocket. It's about like this size here, like a card holder on the back of your purse. So it's not really a functional pocket, really. It's not. So I would prefer to be able to put my phone in the back, and with a Chanel classic flap, you can't do that, which means that you're having to open the flap all the time to get your phone out. I'm one of those people where, for the most part, my phone is usually in my purse, and I need to be able to get to it quickly, and that the design of the back pocket does not work to fit a phone in it. It really doesn't work to fit anything in it except for paper, probably. But all right, so that's going to be reason number 2. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you go ahead and please go ahead and like it. Also subscribe. I would love to have you a part of the Bag and Lifestyle group. So reason number 3 is going to be the double straps. So at first I thought, oh, that would be really neat, right? You can carry it like this, or you can throw the straps down and carry it like this, which I carry this as like a crossbody, not like a long shoulder bag. And I thought, oh, this is perfect. So the thing is, luckily, the length on me works because I'm not that tall. But this is not adjustable. So there you have it. That's your option. It's not adjustable. It works on me as a crossbody, but if you're shorter than I am, which I'm 5'3", or if you're taller than me, then you wearing this as a crossbody, unless you are more on the petite side and taller than me, you may be able to get away with it at a certain point. But at a certain point, when you're too tall for something, no matter what size you are, you're too tall for it. So I think you can have a little bit of playing room, but really for my tall girls, my tall boys, look, you don't have a long strap. Now, obviously, this is not a Chanel bag, so maybe I don't know what the exact measurement is related to the Chanel Classic flap, but it is something you want to factor in if you're on the taller side and you plan on wearing it as a crossbody. I really will say that wearing it double strap seems like it's going to add to the versatility and be an option, but to me, double straps don't really work. It's a chain. This doggone thing is going to roll off your arm. It just really is. Either it's going to roll off your arm or maybe dig into your arm. But usually when you have two straps, one of those suckers does not stay on your shoulder. I don't know what it is. I don't know why they don't want to play together, but they just don't. And one is like, I'm out of here. I'm going to roll off your arm right now. So think about that. And it's definitely not, I don't think, a convenient way to carry your bag. Also, I think it gives a little bit more of a, I don't want to say structured vibe. That's not the right word, but more of a kind of a different kind of vibe when you wear it double strap. So that's another thing that you have to think of, is that really how you're going to wear it. So that's next up. And then the next reason I'm going to point out is I'm going to flip the camera around so you can see it a little bit better. Nah, I don't feel like doing all that. All right, so I'm just going to show you like this. Sorry. All right, so let me pull my little straps down so you can see how I have it here as a single strap. So now, obviously this is not a Chanel bag, but I feel like it probably will do the same thing, especially since I said at the beginning, which is going to be that I was looking into, I was considering a fabric Chanel bag. So if you're thinking about because I was thinking about a fabric bag, I think this is still going to be an issue with the Chanel. Maybe not so much with leather, but if you have a leather one or know someone, comment down below if it does the same thing, because I'm just interested. Anyway, so as you can see here, the strap is going across the top. When you wear the bag, you see this little slight depression here. If you can't notice that, it's just slightly dipped right here. So it starts to do this little number, and I'm going to try to see if I can like pull it. Like, it'll start looking like this basically. Look at that. That is so unattractive and not cute at all. That is what your purse is going to look like. It's going to start dipping. It's going to start deforming. Also, you notice these pieces are starting to angle upwards like so. So it's not flat like it usually is. And so we got two things going on there. First off, this little dip and depression here is not attractive when you're carrying it around. It doesn't look good. That's just that. And then the next concern is going to be the odd angling of the outside portion of the bag of the flap. It's making these funny shapes. And as your bag stays like that for a length of time, I feel like it will kind of increase the wear, or more so deform a fabric bag. Like I said, I don't know whether this happens in the leather pieces, but definitely in fabric, I anticipate the same situation happening, and is not something I think is really appealing. I would say more so, it definitely is not appealing that it does this weird kind of like jumbly juju up here. Like, it's just, it doesn't look good. Your bag is not laying the way that it needs to lay, and it looks silly. And when you're talking about a really expensive handbag, you don't want it to look deformed and like it was melted butter. Or like, yeah, it's just lumpy, bumpy, and it doesn't look good. So if that doesn't bother you, then you know, it doesn't bother you, but to me, it bothered me, and I thought, if I don't like this on my Karl Lagerfeld, I definitely won't like that on a more expensive bag. So, that is also a reason why I'm not for the Chanel Classic flap. I definitely will say, at a point of just being very transparent, open, and honest here, I do want to have a Chanel item. I don't know what that item is. I absolutely think it's going to be something vintage, because I feel like it's going to give me that quality factor that I really, really want. So when that right item comes along, I'll jump on it. I don't know what that is, and I'm not actively looking right now. I also want to say that the reason why I recorded this video is because I see so many people that will ask in the comments to kind of other YouTubers that are out there about what their first bag should be, or that, you know, luxury YouTubers will also, you know, share those thoughts on what they think people's bag should be. And I think because you're seeing a lot of the same thing, you may feel like that's what you want to buy, and don't feel like you have to buy the same thing that everybody is buying. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. Now, if it does, go ahead, jump out there and do it. Either I'm all for doing what's going to work for you, not me or somebody else's opinion deciding for you. But I know that there are a few reasons why people will go after a classic flap, even if they're not completely into them. And one of those being kind of the name recognition, one of those being the popularity. Everybody's unboxing those bags. Everybody's talking about those bags. A lot of people recommend those bags for a couple of reasons, and one of those being, you know, I've heard two reasons why people should recommend it as far as pricing goes, and one of those being that Chanel's prices are always going to increase, so you might as well get it now while it's a little bit more affordable. So that way, if you wait and 3 years later, the bag you were going to buy is going to be potentially maybe another $3,000 to $5,000 more expensive. So that's one argument I hear some people make into why someone should buy a classic flap. Also, because of the resale value. So as the retail value goes up, the resale value for it goes up too. So for those reasons, you know, people will say, you know, at least if it doesn't work for you, you can get your money back, or if there's an emergency or something like that, you could possibly make more or at least break even. And, you know, if the bag does not work for you, like I said, don't get it. Don't get it. Basically. But if it does, go out there and be happy and get what you want. So hopefully that was helpful information. Let me know if you're having the same thoughts like me, like why a Chanel classic flap is for you or is not for you. I would like to know either way. We all are going to be different. We all have different budgets and we all have different needs. And every one of us do not have to like the same thing. That's why there are all these different designers out there and all these different companies, for that very reason. All of us don't need to gravitate towards the same thing. All of us don't. And even if we all gravitate towards the same brand, we don't have to buy the same product. You buy what works for you, and everybody has a reason and their own taste that factor into that. So thank you so much, and I will talk to you again soon.